Hello, welcome to Rules for Multiplying and Dividing Numbers when they're in the scientific notation. Please pause and please record these rules on your sheet of paper. Thank you. Now that we have those written down in your notes, we can look at them more in detail. They're pretty straightforward. One is, it doesn't matter how big and menacing these numbers look, multiply and divide the integers without the times 10 to the n. When you're multiplying, add the exponents. So for this example, it's number times 10 to the second times number times 10 to the fifth. We just take the 2 plus the 5, and that equals the 7. So simple addition there. And it's opposite for dividing. In dividing, subtract the exponents. So we have, for example, number times 10 to the 8th minus number times 10 to the 5th. So 8 minus 5 equals number times 10 to the 3rd. When you get done with those steps, then you have to adjust the final answer to the correct significant figures and to the correct scientific notation. Let's do an example. Please take time to write this down. Thank you, and let's begin. First off, first rule is we're just going to multiply these numbers. So 9.58 times 3.2 times 6.25 equals 191.6 times 10. And this is where we just take 5 plus 4 plus 9, and we end up with an exponent of 18. So that's steps 1 and 2. We'll skip step 3 because that deals with dividing. So now we've got to do correct sig figs and correct scientific notation. So we've got 3 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here, which means then we've got to go over here and change this. Because 1, 2, 3. That 6 is our rounder. So that changes our number to 192 times 10 to the 18th. Now using scientific notation, we know we have to be between 1 and 9.99, which means we have to move our decimal 1, 2. And now we have 1.92 times 10. Now, since we moved it to the left, we're actually going to add exponents, so it becomes 18, 19, and finally 20. So this is 1.92 times 10 to the 20. And that is the final answer, because we're between 1.91 and 9.99. We have an exponent that relates to it. So that is multiplication. Let's go down to division. Same process starts us off. Multiply 5, take 5.58 divided by 6.2. And when we do 5.58 divided by 6.2, we actually end up with 0.900 times 10. We're going to subtract these. So 8 minus 9, which is actually a negative number, we end up with 0.900 times 10 to the negative first. We don't have correct sig figs. We haven't corrected that yet, and we haven't corrected the scientific notation. Looking at this, 3 sig figs, 3 sig figs. Our answer is already in 3 sig figs. We don't have to worry about that. It's 0.900. Now, it is not incorrect scientific notation because that's between 1 and 9.99, which means we have to move the decimal over 1. And since we're moving the decimal over 1, our number is now 9.00 times 10. And for multiplication, we add numbers so the number becomes bigger. But when we do division of scientific notation, we actually take the number and minus 1. So this actually is -1 minus the -1. So our final answer is actually going to be -2. So when taking 5.58 times 10 to the 8th divided by 6.20 times 10 to the 9th, we actually end up getting 9.00 times 10 to the -2nd. So that's multiplication division using scientific notation. Have a great day.